Hey, welcome back here to the Central PA Pour. And if you can see, Mr. Kevin is off to my left.
Cheers.
2 episodes in a row.
Yes, absolutely.
Hot damn.
Home for a week. Feels good.
And off to my right,
Does the wife know that you're home for the week?
I sent her
She
away.
took off today, didn't she?
I sent her away.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I wasn't born yesterday.
And off to my right is Mr. Dave back in the studio. And my name is Brett. And make sure you give us a like, subscribe, wherever you get your YouTube videos, podcasts, wherever. Helps us out. We're just having fun telling stories about the Central PA area and whatever's out there. And if there's something out there, let us know. We want to get them on, tell their story, and then especially enjoy their beer.
Absolutely.
But on that note, welcome to Season 5, Episode 1. 5 seasons. We're closing in on getting close to 100.
Yeah.
And we mentioned that, and I think on our wrap-up that we're going to have to do something special when we get 100 episodes.
Yeah, we have to.
Maybe we can hit like Jason or Gift Horse or somebody like that and sponsor us for that day.
Yeah, the U.S. Navy turned me down for the flyover, so we may have to come get something else.
I can get the fireworks. We can at least do fireworks.
Get the fireworks.
I like that, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we hope you had a great summer. You're in the fall right now. There's plenty of stuff that goes on in the fall. Unfortunately, winter's going to be coming here quicker than many of us want. But we have some guests in studio. One of them is a returning guest and somebody I just met here recently. So let's welcome in Carmine Pantano from Buy Local Coalition, Ales for Tales Olympian.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you for having me back.
You're welcome, man. It's awesome. And Mr. Paul Schiffbauer, who has a business consulting company.
I do.
And your own podcast called Schiffbauer Over Rocks.
That is correct. It's a pleasure to be here, gentlemen.
So welcome to the Central PA Pour.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just mentioned the Ales for Tales. You guys both participated in that recently.
Yeah.
It was very strenuous. That was my first rodeo.
I did see some of your training videos. I saw some of Carmen's as well.
Yeah.
I know last year I gave you the idea, dude, you ought to do a Rocky run up of the freaking courthouse steps.
Last year's was really cool, and then this year's was really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing it, man. That's a great idea.
Great idea. Yep. Yeah, and all those videos are on our YouTube, I think it's Buy Local York, PA, or something like that on YouTube. So you can check out all those videos that you gave me good ideas on YouTube. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit what's been going on with Buy Local or anything else.
Yeah.
The Prez. What? And you're part of the Buy Local Coalition as well.
I am a member. Yes.
I am a member as well with my business. So anything new going on with the Buy Local downtown York area?
Sure. So Buy Local York is it's Buy Local Coalition. Basically, we're based in York. It's all about locally owned businesses in York County. We do allow members to join from the surrounding counties, but we make it clear we're promoting York. Mm-hmm. You know, we're all based in York. We're all nothing against the surrounding counties. Just we're all here. This is our home. So
yeah, you're trying to build up the community, the local community.
Sure.
Yes.
When I go to visit another town, I support that. I try and support that town locally owned businesses as well. But for us, for Buy Local, it's all about buying local here in York. We have about 320 members. That's 320 businesses roughly that are part of Buy Local. Paul Schiffbauer being one of them. Brett as well as with you.
Yep.
And
the Central PA Pour.
And Central PA Pour is also
honorary members.
Yep, correct. That is very true. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's all about supporting local. We also do things to support local nonprofits. The most recent event was Ales for Tales. That's what the shirt is, and we just had an event that all the money raised goes to local rescues, and we don't have the numbers yet. By the time of this airing, the numbers will be out, but it's going to be a big number.
Wow.
Way bigger than last year.
I tell you what, I came in there probably about 2:30.
Yep.
I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to be there to see it before and record a little bit and get to meet. Yeah. It was a lot different. Last year I wasn't there for unknown reasons because I was in the hospital.
Yep.
But I was surprised when I got into Gift Horse how full it was.
It was packed.
Oh,
it was packed. Yeah, we were packed so last year it took about an hour till people started rolling in. This year it was from the beginning. 12 noon, it was packed, and it was packed till 11 at night. and it was
Oh, so it stayed full.
it stayed full.
Wow.
What you saw stayed that way till 11.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you had 5 teams, right?
Yeah, so we had 5 teams. We did the games. I don't want to say the word because I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So the games.
Don't want to get canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the games, kind of flip cup, cornhole, some ring toss. Some fun games we had on the street. We had closed down George Street.
Yeah, I saw, and I think Paul said, "Hey, we forgot to do the dizzy thing."
Right.
Oh no, we're the only team that did the dizzy bet, right?
No, you went the whole way down.
That's what the instruction said.
No.
Oh, all right.
I think there was a little beer drinking beforehand, which is fair.
It was performance enhanced.
Yeah, right.
Or
Yeah,
something like that, lack thereof.
Just a little.
just a little. Yeah. It was what a great time for people that don't know what it is. It's it's awesome chaos. It's very entertaining. It's our 3rd year doing it. We can't wait to do next year's. We already have themes in mind, which we won't release yet. But
No, don't release it yet.
Nope. That won't happen until next year.
And I'm going to edit my video footage and get it out and give it to you so you can.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I think my neighbor Josh had done some drone
Yes.
and 360 stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, he parked his drone like right at George Street and just left it there.
Yeah, and then he did 360 stuff, which I'm excited to see what he has, and it'll be on our YouTube by the time this comes out, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Paul, tell us a little bit about you, what your business is, and what got you into doing a podcast.
Oh, okay. So Shift Power Consulting Group is a consultancy I own. We specialize in helping businesses grow quick to close, mainly like home service based businesses. They might dabble into marketing or there's, kind of getting started, but just kind of help them along, doing best practices, help them advertise, get them websites up to date to make sure, they're hitting their goals.
So almost like a business coach almost.
Yes and no. So there's some coaching that goes into it on the consulting element because I'm big on, like, even if they're spending so much money with us, it's just like, is it really hitting your goals? Like, we just don't want to advertise and to advertise. Are we actually really going after what you want to go after to, like, hit what you want to hit at the end of the day?
Okay.
So it's really rewarding in that regard. Brett and company just past couple of years been able to do it full time, and you get to see the growth firsthand where it's more than just the dollar signs and like the click-through rates. Mm-hmm. I mean, you actually see companies where they got 2 crews of guys and then they go to 4 crews. And
wow.
you play a part of it, of their success.
And it makes you feel good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where, it's like you're helping people put bread on the table. They're doing their own things outside of us, but we play a small part of that with
That's
our clients
good.
long term.
And you're located in downtown or just in York?
Just in York in general. Okay. I live up in North York. I kind of have an unofficial office downtown where I do like the podcast out of.
Gift horse. Actually, no, it's, what is it?
Costa Cigars.
Costa Cigars.
Yeah, that's a really cool place. Our owners, I've known them for a couple of years. The recent season slate, and this will still be relevant when this comes out, I told them, like, hey, I'll record the majority of the episodes at the lounge upstairs. They're like, awesome, let's do it. Because I just want, like, essentially with my show at this point, it's a format. You come in as if you're at a bar or cigar lounge, and let's just talk as if we're just, meeting at a networking event. Talk about business, talk about life, kind of like what you guys do here at Central Florida.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing that?
So that's been actually 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Started off as more of like a hobby, just kind of like, hey, I'll be like the white guy in his 20s starting a podcast just for fun. Had a bunch of my friends on it first, and then got way more serious over time with it. Put some money into it, and then slowly over the past year really tied it more into my business.
Nice.
Where it's just like, all right, let's get business owners to talk about their stories, what they're doing. I always like certain folks when they put it on, like a front on Facebook, even like a real estate agent, for example. Right. No, I ask them questions like, who are you really outside like the transactions? Because that's what people really want to know.
Right. Yeah.
Make them more relatable and let them share the little anecdotes about life over, a cigar and a cocktail or beer.
It's a cool setup. If you get to look at it, check out Shift Power Over Rocks on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We talked about doing something like a cabana, relaxed lounge kind of thing. We don't have the space to do it. My wife would kill us if we lit cigars up down here in the studio. We could do it outside, but it's. Right. We know what it's like transporting this shit and setting it up.
It's a lot. Like my brother, God bless Marty, that's his nickname I give him. Like he's my main videographer, editor. He's been a big help with it.
Yeah.
over the past like 2 years.
I guess we need a couple more years before we have people to do that shit for us.
I got a homie hookup family discount on that one.
Yeah.
I'm very
I
fortunate.
mean, he shows up with like a suitcase full of stuff. I mean, it's every time they go into Costa, it's a new, they have to redo the setup. It's
Yeah.
all,
Yeah, that's
you know, where you're here, you're good to go.
Yeah.
and the reason we did this is because that first season we were traveling and setting up in places,
Yeah,
and
which is
it
a
was,
lot.
it was
Pain in
a
the
lot.
ass.
Yeah.
It was not only for us. We're trying to get. We're using their time in their facility.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass. 4 or 5 hours a day, basically.
Yeah, time you like
Till you set up.
set up and take down.
Yeah.
Even
And-
if you're shooting like an hour or two, it's like another hour or two between
Yep.
all that. If you really
And
factor
it's,
it in.
so it's just like that's when we changed format and just said, okay, we got a studio. We're going to record these couple days, and if you can't come to the studio, we can do it remotely, bring you in remotely, and still do it. We just like to have their product on the show.
Yeah,
Right.
So we've had people ship them to us,
That's cool.
or we'll go get it.
Yeah,
Dave
we've done
Dave
that.
ran to. He just happened to be when we did Hidden Still. He just happened to be up in Hershey and stopped by to get it. So because Cody was calling, he's like, "Dude, I need this. It's going to cost me a fortune." He said, "I'll just run it down." I said, "Well, if you're just going to run it down, we might as well just record."
Yeah.
And then Dave replied back, "It's like, hey, I'm right up here. I'll just stop by and pick it up." It worked out
Let's
well.
make it easy.
Yeah.
and-
That was about 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so it
I
worked
didn't
out
know I
great.
was that close to him.
By the way, if you've never been to Hidden Still,
Yeah. Oh, it's
highly recommend it.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and I mean, Englewood's a beautiful facility as well.
Yeah.
Food's pretty good there. What's some of the favorite places you guys get to visit? Now I know you said Saturday you were training. You went to Hamir's, which I know you love Hamir's.
Yep, I love Hamir's. Man, I tell you what, I did all. Hamir's, Mesa Morera, Archetype
I love
Pizza,
Mesa.
Iron Horse, York. Oh, man. And that's just in the city. Outside the city, it's like Genova's, the Paddock,
Yeah.
Bones and Shells. Man, I eat everywhere. As you can tell, I don't eat salads. And I don't eat at home. I eat out pretty much every night. So,
Well, I've seen your calendar.
yeah,
I don't know how you do it.
me neither.
I mean, you are constantly on the go.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. If it's all about it, I love supporting local businesses, taking some pictures, promoting their business on our Facebook and Instagram. I love it.
And I think when we first were talking about having you on as a guest, we saw you right up at Moonlight up here.
That's right.
You were sitting there, and my wife and I went and sat down, and you were taking pictures of your food, and I'm like, I think that's Carmine.
Yeah.
I think that's Carmine. And we were going to record, was it the next night or the following, a couple days later?
Yeah, it was soon after. Yeah,
And I was like, and then we got to meet.
yeah,
We got to know each other.
Yeah,
That was, I mean, it's just,
that's right. I remember that now.
Did
And
you
I'm
whip
like,
out the
he's-
ring light? on that
Yeah,
one?
yep. I had the ring light out, and
yeah, he did. I was like, that's got to be him.
Yep.
It has to be Carmine.
if you see someone at a restaurant with a cell phone and a ring light attached to the cell phone, that's me. Yep. But the pictures are amazing. I mean,
and like you just said, you're promoting
right.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
We just talked about that in our season wrap up of how we can change up some of our format a little bit, doing about the same thing.
Right.
Sure.
Still do the recordings here, but go and do a highlight at these facilities and put it out like that.
Yeah. It could be like B-roll in the background as we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put the audio over it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? You guys are drinking my Summer Dreams strawberry rhubarb.
Well, I told you off camera, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, this is really good.
And I'm pretty happy as a home brew. It's a cream ale. It's got a little haze. It's still clear. I'm happy with this one.
Yeah.
Nice and light.
It's light.
Yeah.
Not heavy on the rhubarb, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never liked strawberry rhubarb to begin with.
Yeah,
but I'm
right.
like, that's a summer pie that my grandparents used to always make. And then I'd be like, Grandma, why is there fucking celery in my strawberry pie?
Did you say it that way to your grandmother? I mean,
Maybe not.
They can call that earlies.
I did say when I got home from boot camp in AIT, I will say the first family meal I was sitting at with my parents, I said, Mom, can you pass the fucking potatoes? Boy, if looks could kill. I was praying to be back in boot camp or AIT at that time because my mom had a stare that was going to burn a hole in me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, would you just say, I'm like, oh, can you please pass
Please?
the potatoes? I think I'm real happy with that.
Yeah.
And this weekend, as we're recording this, is Brew Kids on the Block.
That's right.
That's another big event in downtown. And downtown actually closes the street off every weekend throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Or just Saturday
That's consistent
nights.
at this point. I
It's-
believe Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, Fridays and
Hopefully.
Saturdays except for First Friday.
Okay.
And it's from on the Fridays that they do close down. It's like from 4 till 4 to
8.
10.
4 to 10.
And then Saturdays is 3 to 10. Now for Brew Kids, they got a permit to close the street down.
All day, pretty much all day.
All day, yeah.
Yeah, that's we enjoy that event, and
I'll see you there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had my grandson help me with the Nerf guns last night. So
Oh.
we got
Okay.
we got the Nerf guns ready.
You went into training.
No, I asked him which ones we should use,
Oh, did you?
and he picked a couple out for us. And I took him up and opened up the box of Nerf darts, 500 plus, and he's like, "I've never seen so many Nerf darts in a box." He said, "You're going to have these left over, aren't you?" I said, "I don't know. We'll see."
Some might come back, some might not.
Right.
So this is interesting. Did you have something, or is this the consulting group? Was that you started that from the get go, and that's
Scratch.
what you did?
Yep.
Okay.
I had a previous business, got bought out of early 2018. I'm like, was interviewing with a couple market agencies because I did like freelance marketing work prior to like my previous business kicking off. And I'm in these interviews, so I'm like, why the fuck am I going to work for somebody else when I just coming away for working for myself? So I'm like,
It's a risk. It's a risk though involved.
huge risk. So like year one, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. You know, didn't make a lot of money, lost a little money the first year, just coming off it, but been able to grow it, have a small team. Got about 30 different people we work with in different capacities, primarily all local.
That's
which is
awesome.
great at this point. So it's really rewarding because at the end of the day, I mentioned earlier, you get to see it firsthand. You know, like people are hiring people. You know,
That's exciting.
and then too, it's just fun. Like literally, our Ales for Tales team is two of my clients now
Right.
at this point.
Yeah.
And that was you were with the was it
Junk Monkeys?
Junk Monkeys, and then we started to do some work with Schweitzer,
Okay.
Yep.
HVAC and
HVAC.
plumbing.
Yeah.
Just started,
Yeah.
as of this week,
Yeah.
literally, which is cool.
Yeah.
I try if I'm looking to do something, I try and go to the buy local first and look through the membership list first.
Yeah.
To see who I can maybe partner with and work with.
Exactly. That's what we try to promote too. Is hey, go to the website, search button, use it like Google,
Yep.
and as long as they have the right keywords in their profile, you'll find someone that does what you need.
Yeah, because I did a car care clinic
Yeah.
a year and a half ago. It was the first one that I revamped and brought back after many years of not doing one. I called it Wine and Wrenches. I used Mark and Val. Now, they weren't at my shop, but they brought their samples
wine.
that we could let sit there.
Yeah.
And went over well. My staff enjoyed it because we didn't have a lot of people there, so there was a lot of wine samples that they could drink and devour.
That sounds like I mean, just off the cuff here, that sounds like that could be a cool network mixer / car care thing at a network mixer there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing them twice a year. The one in the fall I usually do is called Suds and Service.
Yep.
I'm actually going to revamp them a little bit because you can only do so much of the car care clinic. If you got people coming back, they're going to get the same. So I'm like, okay, the biggest part of my industry in automotive repair is consumer education about what you're driving. So that's where I'm going to go with my clinics.
Yep.
We're going to talk about your vehicle and what the technology is involved with these vehicles when you go to a repair facility, what to expect when you get there. And I'm going to try and bring in some industry experts to help that. So it's not coming from me like a sales pitch.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's where I'm going to, we haven't launched the date for the fall one yet because I'm trying to put all the details together.
Yeah. Education is key.
It is.
It's not about sales. It's about education, and then they feel comfortable.
Right.
It's just
you know.
providing that value.
Yeah.
Outside
That's kind of what you
education.
do,
Yeah.
It's hey, this is my price, but here's the value I'm giving you.
Yep.
It's not the bottom line, but most people look at that bottom line and that's all they see.
Yeah.
They don't see what goes in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the same with my business. And that's
Yeah.
it's all about education and explaining clearly what they're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to bring the value for the what you're gonna. If you're gonna be a lot higher than your competitor,
Right.
There better be a lot of backing. You're in that same kind of business.
Yeah.
With
Absolutely.
your precast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that you got to be able to explain and educate why my price is higher than than the person down the street.
Yeah.
I've yet to see a shop named down the street, but
Down the street.
I tell folks, it's three things. You only can do 2 out of 3 at any given time. You do things fast,
Yeah.
do things great from a quality standpoint, and you can do things cheap.
yeah,
Pick 2 out of 3.
yeah.
You can't do all 3.
No, you can't do cheap and be good at it. No,
No.
it's just- no. So you do the podcast, and you have cigars, which I wish we could be doing cigars right now.
That's all right.
Actually, I don't even have it. The 2 I have are dried out. But we got a Thistle Finch that we had Arvin on here.
Smells
I
delicious.
think it was last
for the
year.
record.
I think it was last season, season 3. We had
Was
him
it
on.
that long ago?
Yeah. So this is his straight rye whiskey, aged in a Cabernet Franc. So it has a
okay.
little bit of a wine character to it. So would you say before we sat down, you gotta chew it?
You got to chew it. Now, when I was down in Nashville, I did a bourbon tasting, and they said you got to chew it. It's where you, for those of you that don't know what chew is, basically you take a sip, just a tiny sip, and you swish it around in your mouth like mouthwash, and you
And then let it breathe.
then you quickly, whatever's left in your mouth, you just quickly swallow it. Then you got to breathe, let it breathe out, so that way you get that initial stuff out of your and all that taste out of your mouth. And then you taste it, and you'll taste all the notes.
Yep. So tell us what you think of this one. You guys are gonna have to tell me a little bit more, but it's actually not bad. Even when we had it that day, when we had Arvin on, it was pretty good.
Ooh, that aftertaste is.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of
This is
that,
good.
that wine characteristic
Yeah,
in
in
the
the back.
back
I
end.
feel
Yeah, on
like
the back
almost
end.
like a Cabernet almost,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is weird to say with rye, but
Yeah,
Right.
And when he brought it, actually, I was over there and I visited when I went over to see Adam and Cartel, and Thistle Finch was like right behind him in Lancaster. So I went over and talked to Arvin. He bought a bottle of it, and because it was a special release that day, and then he talked about it, and it was good. I'm not a bourbon whiskey guy. I can say that's enough for me. But it is actually good, and it does have a distinct flavor, and that rye brings a bitterness bite to it. And
it's
then
not too bitter though.
No.
That
No.
is a very good rye.
Yes, it's really good.
Smooth at the end. It's like silky.
It is.
Yeah, no, I'm not used to that with ryes. Even
Yeah.
like people say higher quality ryes. That is very refreshing.
Yeah. So I mean, our they do a lot of good stuff over there. I'd like to get back over there and talk to him again, and just get to see more of his place and have a sit down. We have a lot of places we need to visit.
Yeah, we got a lot of places.
It's amazing though, because doing the distilleries that we have, and you're going out for a party, and I got to go to the liquor store, and then you stop and think, all right, who did we have on
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
can go to?
exactly.
Are they open? Let's
Right.
go.
Go
Right.
there, or
Because
or they
it's-
offer somewhere local, like
Yeah.
Regardless
like a
of the
wine
price,
spirits.
it's much higher quality,
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
and it's meaningful.
exactly. It's
It's
just
fine.
going,
It's buying local.
buying what you're going
Yeah,
back to what
absolutely.
you guys are representing, and that's what he's saying. Is,
And even if it's Lancaster, it doesn't matter. You're still helping a mom and pop shop.
Literally
not-
Central PA. Yeah.
yep.
You're not. It's not a big.
I'm not. If I have my choice,
Yep.
I'm not going to a chain.
Right.
I'm
I'm the
gonna
same
look
way.
for the local flavor.
9
first.
times out of 10, I agree with you on
Yep.
that.
Yep. Now, if we go like on a motorcycle ride, if all we have is a chain, then I'll go to the chain.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
most-
partial to Chili's.
I like Texas Roadhouse.
I used to be Chili's. I mean, it used to be a fair, but the last couple times, the price is going up. The portions have gotten really small.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little disappointed today. I got lunch, Uber Eats over to my house because I've been working all day, and I had like a peer group call. I run like 2 peer groups. I did one virtually today. I'm like, let me just get lunch into my house rather than running out. I got the Chili's. I almost like took a video. I'm like, this is disappointing. Like, what's going on? I used to joke it's a top 5 bar anywhere in America just because of like the basic Tex-Mex, and you get like a nice margarita or a beer there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's nice though? I do a lot of traveling through North America, and it's easier now to find hotels by craft,
Yep.
Yeah.
distilled, and it. Before you'd have to search,
Right.
Yes.
and now it's relatively easy, and some in most cases may be on display at the hotels that you're staying at.
Yeah.
I know Glenn Smith, who's an alumni of the show.
Yeah.
He's done a big push for a lot of the hotels around the area.
Oh yeah. He's
To push the
Yeah.
connection between breweries.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if people are coming and traveling, check these places out.
Yeah.
Extension of brewery tours.
Yeah, we love Glenn.
Yeah.
He was first season, and we had him back again recently, not too long ago. Talked about his the boat,
Yeah.
but
I know that's a fun project. He's still working
I don't.
on.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't think it ever got released this. It never got launched
It
this
was
year.
not lunch.
That's what was his plans. I haven't talked to him about it. He didn't launch this year.
I'm pretty
for
sure
other
he's
reasons.
going to be at Brew Kids. He always
oh yeah.
usually is.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
Time this record. I'm seeing him Friday. He's supposed to come on my show.
Okay.
So I'll ask him about the boat. Let's go.
Yeah,
What's
you
going
can
on
ask
with
him.
it?
We'll have to give a listen.
He did release the information about the boat when we had him
Mm-hmm.
on here last, and I came up and said, "Dude, you got to do a Love Boat theme.
Yeah.
You could be Captain Stubing because you're kind of short.
Oh, here we go.
Dave could
That could
be
go more than.
Dave
couple
could be
ways.
Dave could be Isaac.
He just loves this.
Kevin could be what was her name? the entertainment director.
Sorry. Just can't have any pineapples on board.
Yeah, and Brett could be down
could
in
be-
the engine room shoveling the coal.
I could be the dumb fuck that was on there that was just like dumb, you know.
The
like a-
love boat.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
"Dude, that's a good idea." He said he's going to do some themes with it, you know.
Yeah.
All right, I've been on. My brother did some video work for him previously when he was doing like the railroad.
Oh yeah, I did the
tours.
the Sips and Shenanigans in March. I did that.
So we went down last year. It was down New Freedom. They left.
Yep.
It was like Oktoberfest theme. It was so fucking.
Did he have
cool.
his lederhosen on?
Yes.
No.
He killed it. It was cool. That was the first time I was able to see him in his environment like that.
Yeah.
And he killed it. Like, he had a couple of his beer guys helping out, but it was the people there, because I was sitting on Flywall. My brother was recording for him for like some video work, but like everyone who sat on that train enjoyed it, and they got some education.
Oh, they do.
And tasted
It's-
some great
yeah.
local beer.
It's
on top
it's
of that.
it's awesome. It's not cheap. It's like $90. But it's well
But
worth
it's well
it.
worth it.
worth every penny. Demographics going for. It's just
Yeah.
like, now, hey, we want to explore something different. We're local, or we're coming from
Let's
Northern
experience.
Maryland.
Yeah.
It's an experience, and that's what he offers.
Yeah,
you know?
and now where he stops, you got so many breweries that are Vortex right around the corner.
Right.
God, good place.
Gunpowder Falls not far away.
Right around the corner of that.
Alecraft, right up
Right there.
up the street.
Railroad.
Yeah, awesome places, and that southern area is really
Blossom.
booming.
It is
It's
blowing
booming.
up. Yeah.
Blows my mind because I grew up there.
Did you? Okay.
And there was nothing
Nothing.
there.
Nothing.
I've lived up in northern York. Essentially now I consider myself a downtowner. Live in Manchester, Emmetsville, but like past 6 years living up here. But like growing up in that area, none of that was there when I left.
Yeah.
Or growing up when I first turned 21 as a kid.
I mean, it's been past a year only, a year and a half maybe.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
it.
it's
Right.
blossomed in a very good way. Been
yeah.
down there to a couple of the breweries, but they're always packed.
Yeah. I
And-
mean, Ed and Rich did a phenomenal job with that building.
Yeah.
I've yet to get down there to eat. When we had them on, they were getting ready to do an oyster fest
Oyster
or
fest.
something.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
Alecraft?
fuck.
No.
Vortex.
Vortex.
Okay, Vortex.
I was like, fuck, I can't.
I've
make
been to
it,
Vortex
man.
twice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great place.
You know, I can go on record though because I moved to Pennsylvania in 2005, and downtown wasn't the best place to be then. And the craft brewery, the collation come in, and it's like home down there now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need to be fearing anything.
No.
I
Nothing
tell
but
people,
great
like, that's-
people. And the
As long as you
businesses
stay
that
in
are
that
coming-
2-block radius.
Right. Listen,
Not
that's
even
any,
necessarily,
but that's
yeah.
every city. Every city
every
has
city.
the bad parts. And it's not that it's,
Right.
you know,
I agree with you, though. I mean, we run down there quite often, and quite honestly, the rail trail is probably scarier than downtown now with all the homes. But no, it's really nice downtown.
Oh, yeah.
now.
I can vouch for what downtown looked like 40 years ago. It was nowhere near
I
what it
just
is
know, like,
now.
Jason and Mick, for example, would give force.
Yeah.
The fact that you could go on a weeknight or an afternoon on a Sunday.
Anytime and feel comfortable.
There's no riffraff.
oh, yeah.
Right.
Whatsoever. It's a blending environment.
Yeah, it's
Welcoming.
You know what? And I can also say that we'll use your word, riffraff. If the riffraff does come in, the owners treat them with respect.
Correct.
Give them a little food, give them whatever.
Yep.
Politely show them a path.
Yeah.
And that's pretty meaningful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a non-issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely, you got the restaurant row.
Yeah.
The only thing it used to be there was Left Bank for many years.
Yeah.
And now you got all them restaurant rows that it's
Yeah. I mean, you basically have from the square, you go each way a block and a half,
You got a restaurant you can hit.
and you can hit, probably 20 restaurants.
I know my wife keeps comparing. Oh, York's just not like Carlisle. Well, she's thinking of Carlisle like it
I
is in down.
love Carlisle.
Yeah, but she's thinking of Carlisle downtown, and
Right.
York downtown is a very similar vibe.
They are actually.
Yeah,
At
it's
this
very
point, they
similar.
are.
But we live up here in Dover,
Yeah.
or Dover,
I love it.
and there's a lot of chain stuff till you get to downtown.
Correct.
Like in Carlisle,
Right.
the same thing. If you get outside, there's chain stuff outside, but till you get to the immediate meat of it, like you said, most
Yeah.
cities have that eccentric center.
Yep.
And I know Glenn had mentioned where he came from before, out towards Easton. He grew that area up to become a vibrant city. The town grew
How
it up.
true that is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there, too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you need, because I can see what downtown York was when I was younger. You did not really want to hang out there after dark.
Right.
You go do the loop.
Yep.
As a circuit, you drive around
I call it the York Circuit. That's hilarious.
try and pick up a girl or find a party to go to, and then you're out of there. You
Where
didn't
we're
hang
going,
out.
yeah.
You didn't
New York
hang out in
Circuit.
downtown.
So I did.
Oh, what's that?
I did. I did the circuit and hung out.
And hung out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were, I kind of did the whole
Now,
experience it all.
was this before they put the limitations on how many loops?
Correct.
Or after?
Before.
Okay.
Before.
Because they did. They put
Yeah,
a limitation. You could only go around twice.
Yeah, so I used to
Carmine,
be.
Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, so I used to be part of like the whole car club scene back in the day. I was part of Extreme Dreams, Visual Reality.
Oh, okay.
A couple other car clubs, and
Uh,
we would
That was a fun time.
fun times.
It was back in the 80s. That
We
was a
used-
fun time.
Listen, we used to hang out, and cops wouldn't even give us a problem. Like, they didn't give us any problems. And for some reason, one person messed it up for everybody. But we were hanging out, like, in that parking lot. I think it's a school now, across on Philadelphia Street, across from the old Unimart and the car wash. Across
Yeah.
from Brewer's Outlet.
Yes. Okay, I know.
We used to hang out in that parking lot, and I'm talking 1,000 vehicles
Wow.
till 2, 3 in the morning. And as long as you weren't underage, as long as you weren't under 18,
good.
you were good. Cops they would talk to you like a normal person. Somebody messed something up at some point, and that all went
ruined the
away.
fun for everybody.
all
Ruined
went
the fun
away.
for it all went away. Then they started doing the loop, more than 3 loops an hour. You're getting a ticket.
We had CBs in cars.
Yes.
Hey, did you see that chick sitting on the corner of George and Philly?
Yep.
Circle around.
Yep.
What's that? What's that one song? He's like, whoop. Hold on, loop back around. He saw some girls like beep beep, and
yeah.
the heck is that? Damn it!
Dave's gonna have to look it up now.
Yeah, you're the music guy. It's the one
Normally
that
Dave
sings.
knows that stuff.
That one's not my genre. I mean,
Isn't it? I can't remember the song, but
yeah.
I remember those days. They were fun times. It was
Oh, yeah.
a fun time. I mean, you get down. I remember going down there with my Monte Carlo, and a friend of my brother's who had, and back then the mullets were in, the long hair.
Never had one of those. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I did.
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere.
We pulled up next to this car, and he wound my window down. He said, "Dude, you want to race?" And the guy wound his down. He says, "Dude, you look like a girl." And all of a sudden, Aerosmith, "Dude looks a lady."
Oh,
Freaking
yeah.
Airways. I fucking lost it.
Aerosmith.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you the time when I'm an ultra runner, so I had like a 20-mile, 30-miler to do, and I headed downtown, and I just had my two little water bottles because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I'm at the corner of some bad street in the middle of downtown, and I'm leaned over drinking the last couple of ounces of water, and this guy on the porch pulls out a 40-ouncer in the back. The old typical.
Was it a Hurricane or an Old English or a Mickey's?
You know what? I didn't look, but I sat and drank the whole thing, and I had one of the best runs. And I never told my wife that. I don't believe.
Oh, well, you just did.
But that's a true story.
That's good stuff.
And I said to myself, I'm going to die running, because it was when I just first started those long distances. And I said, well, I'm going to die running, or this guy's going to kill me, but I'm going to enjoy both.
Oh yeah,
And I made a friend.
yeah,
Don't remember his name, but
Friends in low places.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that was a song.
Friends in Low Places. It was a
Yeah.
popular song. Still is a popular song.
Yeah.
Especially if
Best
you get
people I've met.
that. Especially if you
Low
get that
Places.
last verse.
Yeah.
The one he puts in that extra verse at the end,
Yeah.
which it never got radio play.
No, that one never got radio play.
No.
No.
You almost had to buy the Black album like you did with David Allen Coe. All right, so Paul, you got some back end story that you wanted to share with us. What's up with that?
Yeah, just in general, or I know you guys are all about the craft scene and bringing people together with beer. I mean, I grew up in a bar,
Okay.
so it was really cool from that point of view where my dad had a bar the first 23 years of my life before he sold it. Literally, he bought it November of 1993. I was born January 1994.
Okay.
Grew up in it. I remember like 4 or 5 years old, maybe 5 or 6. I would go down Saturdays with him, hang out with him. What's Dad doing? You know, at the bar, hang out, drink a little soda, make Mr. Tom throw on SpongeBob or something. You know, Cartoon Network. But over time, I just grew up in the bar. The regulars were extension of my family.
Oh,
Literally.
yeah.
Where then I started doing dishwashing, prep work.
So where was this bar at?
It was in North Baltimore.
Okay.
The Mount Washington Roland Park area. So Baltimore City technically, but like there's a lot of people from Baltimore County would come in, and even over the line in Pennsylvania where they work down in the area, but they would come in and have a drink after they get off work before they would go back up.
Right.
You know, towards like the Mason-Dixon line.
That's cool. And when I was doing the bar scene, they become almost like a family.
Yeah.
They were.
Like a
They
friend.
still are. I
They're
keep
like
in
your
touch
really
with
good
a couple of the
friends.
regulars still.
Yeah, I remember working in a bar. I was a DJ, the house DJ, for about 5-6 years in Thomasville, in which the building is no longer.
It's no longer there.
No longer there.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. It was a wild time. I won't share any. I will
I
not
would say if you were a DJ at one point, it had to be
Yeah, I
wild.
will never divulge any stories to anybody about those times, but they were fun.
get 'em
But
drunk,
yeah,
put
I get it. So is that where your love for this beer came into? Or
In general, because it's community, like the bar atmosphere, and I even mentioned it on my podcast with Jason and Mick at Gift Horse, where like my dad's bar was like a neighborhood bar in Baltimore, but that's like a dying breed at this point.
Yeah.
Where like your local neighborhood breweries now,
Is the
your
bar.
local corner bar.
We've mentioned that how many times? That
It really is at this point.
the bar that I went to is a dying, like you just said, dying.
It is,
It's
unfortunately.
dying.
Because it's more now a more inviting atmosphere to go to a craft house, like a brewery house or distillery or something like that, where you got more of a family.
Changing demographics and with licenses,
Yep.
depending on the state.
there's so many things you can choose. You want a dog environment. You want
Yeah.
a child-friendly
Correct.
environment. You
Yeah.
want just a good old men's club. You know.
And most of these breweries are that friendly.
Yeah.
Dog
Yeah.
friendly, kid friendly,
Yeah.
family friendly. It's
It's your local breweries, your former like corner bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when you think of like North or Philadelphia or like in Baltimore, like that's over with. It's your breweries where you need to support.
And the only downside is, I'm not hanging out that late any longer. But
Yeah.
they used to be open. Well, Carmine is, but they used to be open till 2 a.m.
Oh yeah,
These craft houses are not open that
No.
late.
till 10 or 12 o'clock.
12
if you're lucky.
o'clock, maybe
12.
the latest.
yeah, it's the latest.
Yeah,
That's the law in PA.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock
for a brewery.
For a brewery.
My old man
Okay.
used
That's
to
the
say,
latest they could go.
So that's why.
Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll vouch for that.
Well, it depends on who.
It depends on who you hooked up with.
Oh, just in general, I remember bartending. I used to work part time for him, like towards the end of before he sold his bar. Used to
Yeah.
do days, but then I would cover nights, and then it's a totally different environment.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you say nothing happens good, after 2 a.m. And, I kind of agree with that because, years and years ago, I played in a band where we would play. We would do a twofer, and we would do the
she like
9 to 9. What's that?
Did she enjoy that?
You know, you can never get a story out with him sitting over there.
It wasn't me this time.
Well, I was going to initially say, well, how many years? Like 40, 50, 3 decades? But I left that alone.
It wasn't that long ago.
All right, I would just clarify a
nuts.
little bit.
Go on.
Anyway, and what the twofer was is there were bands there were bars that would go from 9 to 1,
Yeah.
and then there were bars that would go from 2 to 6. And we would do both nights. We would both do both in one night.
Wow.
That's a lot of moving.
That is a lot.
And I tell you, the experiences I have, this is the one that went from 2 to 6. Nothing good happened there. I mean, if you ever watched the what was that, the Blues Brother, where they were in the bar when the people they were behind the chicken wire and people were throwing. I've been there. You don't want to be there.
No.
Yeah, well, my dad, he had a couple options he looked at when he bought his bar. He looked at big band nightclubs, your traditional like party nightclubs in the Baltimore area, but then he settled on this like little neighborhood tavern in North Baltimore. And he's like, no, this is what I want.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to transform it a little bit. It's going to take some time, but this is something I can manage, make my own, and like, God forbid if something, the economy is in the tanker, I can run with 1 or 2 other people.
Right.
Where I don't have to run a 150 person.
And he was
vending
almost a
convention.
visionary because that's
Yeah.
he was creating a culture, which is what we're talking about right now with these craft brew houses.
Yeah.
More family,
Yeah.
not typical family, but a more inviting atmosphere rather than, okay, your roughneck bar or sitting behind the chicken wire where the band's playing and people throwing beer bottles at you. Hey, motherfucker, play that. I don't remember what the song is. But give me another drink. I even if I would decide to go out, I'm not going to. There's still a few bars around. I'm not going there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I don't blame you.
You don't want to go there.
I'm old. Like
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s at this point, dude. I'm just like,
Man, he is
I'm old at this point. in terms
such
of
a
going
baby.
out.
You're old.
I am. Boy.
When he said he was born, I'm like, man, I graduated that year.
Dude, I don't want to be out past midnight.
still young.
I don't want to be out past midnight. Unless there's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
We got kids as old as him.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's all right. I just look 40.
I got kids older than him. All of my kids are older than you are.
No, we were just talking about it on a wrap up. We went New Year's Eve. I was in bed by 11:30.
Yeah,
We went downtown to see Jeff do the pint drop, the cherry lane
Oh,
drop
yeah.
for
Yep.
a mud hook.
Yep.
We went to Archetype and got pizza.
Yeah, that was good.
And Kevin fell in love with the waiter.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Or
was
vice
Doing a
versa.
podcast.
that was a scene you didn't want to repeat.
And then
Anyway,
we came home and went to Dave's house for a little bit.
yeah.
A couple of our better halves were feeling a little
spouses.
pretty good. I couldn't find my wife. I was like, I'm going home. I went to bed. You guys all went back over and cheers and New Year's in.
Yeah.
Brett's sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be a night owl. I don't know
But you
what
go back.
I was on the square partying it up, watching that White Rose drop, and
Yeah.
I was asleep before 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Past New
We
Year's.
talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
We did that in 2019, and we haven't been back in since
We're
2020
still
to
recovering.
do that.
From
Yeah.
19.
Yeah,
was a
that was a fun time, though.
I'll tell you a quick story during COVID when they canceled the White Rose drop.
Right.
We went in
Because we were going to go in that year.
Yeah, so we showed up at Iron Horse to, like we always show up at Iron Horse to, then you eat and then you kind of get to watch the White Rose drop. Well, they canceled it kind of at the last minute. Said, oh, because of COVID, whatever. Well, they had a lift, one of those lift trucks there to
Oh,
clean
okay.
the windows,
Yeah.
sitting there. Well,
Don't tell me.
Damn, we should have went in
I
that
know
year.
where this is going.
so me and my buddy know how to run them, so we go there and we turn it on and we take it up. We see how long it takes to drop, and time it. So we go into Iron Horse and I go, get me a pizza pan and one of your
Stop.
sweatshirts.
Stop.
Oh my God.
So we took an extension cord, we tied an Iron Horse sweatshirt to a pizza pan,
Raise it.
raised it up on the lift all the way up,
Where people were like outside, like,
Yep.
yeah!
and at 30 seconds we started lowering it. We knew what height to bring it down at, and we started the countdown. And beep, beep, beep as it's coming down, and that's
New Year!
how we did Happy New Year.
Oh my God. We should have went in that year. 'Cause
Yeah.
We were going. We
That's
planned to
You
go
were
in.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, don't listen. Don't put something in front of me that I know how to run because
He's gonna run it.
we're gonna run it.
I guess we're going to be going back downtown. We're going to have to hook up with Carmine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time.
We'll
That was pretty cool.
We'll have to do the first drop and then come back, take a nap.
Yeah.
Come back and take a
And
nap.
then if you hang out with me, and I'm with Hamir, we get the after hours Hamir hangout at his restaurant
Well, and
where
you-
we do dessert at like 3 a.m.
My wife and
Well,
I
I hear
still.
that's insane.
Yeah.
My wife and I still owe you. You've been saying you.
Yeah, I'll go with
We
you guys.
still need to meet and do that.
Yeah, I'm in. Yep.
So the first year, it was funny as hell because
You-
we were all drunk. And
I had to kind of.
You know, I'm sorry.
somewhat sober.
I'm sorry. When you came after this great story that Carmine gave us, when you started talking, you sounded like Bob Newhart. I mean,
thank you. Thank you very much.
God rest his soul. I mean,
a good one.
yeah, he just passed a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought of Bob Newhart first when he started talking.
Well, yeah, I got the story right now.
So, anyways,
The problem is we get in there too early to go to support Jeff in the Cherry
Right.
Lane drop, and then we got all
Right.
this time.
Yeah.
hours.
We went in 2
Yeah,
years.
it's a long time. It's a long time.
We went in there 2 years ago, and our whole intention was to stay
Yeah.
for the drop up at the square. Shit, by 10 o'clock, Kevin goes, I'm calling Uber.
Yeah.
All right, call the Uber
done.
because
Yeah, because he does it at 6, right?
6 o'clock
He
is
does
a
a
big
drop.
night in Belgium.
That's a long.
That's
Yeah.
a long night.
I had
Oh
intended.
my God.
I initially intended to just drop you guys off and shoot, because that was the night I dropped you guys off, right?
Yeah.
How'd that work?
yeah.
It didn't work too well, did it? So I think what Kevin's saying, if we do that, we go in to support Jeff, come the fuck home, then go
home,
back in.
Then go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in.
Take a little nap.
Yeah, because
Because I go in around 9. I think is when I
that's
go in. Because I'll make reservations at Iron Horse for 9.
And
Well,
then, yeah,
and
you're
then-
kind of like pre-game for
Well,
New
there's
Year's.
nothing going on, between 6 and 9. And
There
6 and
isn't.
10.
No,
There's nothing to
nothing.
go on.
No, there's nothing going on.
So
all you could sit around and do is drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So my story before I was so rudely interrupted.
Bob
Please.
Newhart, thank you.
Luckily I have a good wife, so we're sitting in there in Iron Horse, and there's this lady with these fishnet stockings on, and I said,
Oh, I remember this.
I said, man, I want to go dance with her. I have a free pass per se, but there's limitations. Next thing you know, she's hitting on all the women.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, God dang. That's as far as I'm going with it.
Your wife or the woman with the fishnets?
What's that?
The one with the fishnets.
Yeah, the one with the
one with the
fishnets.
fishnets.
Let's say it.
Yeah.
Let's
She was
clarify.
I never saw her face, but the fishnets got me
Yeah.
at go.
Sometimes it's the fishnets or the boots.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're like Dory. Ooh, shiny.
Shiny.
We'll have to go back in. I mean, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
we could be old fuddy duddies, but
You
As
might
long as
have
the-
to do
as
a
long as the
New
weather's
Year's
nice,
Eve
too.
special.
Yeah, the weather.
The weather has to
Yeah.
cooperate. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's too cold,
Yeah.
it's tough.
not
and then-
fun.
It's not fun.
I know that first year
That first year was cold.
it was cold, and my wife. You kept feeding my wife a lot of sambuca. One of her nicknames is Sambuca Sal.
Sambuca Sal.
Not anymore.
Not any longer.
Yeah.
But we're out in the street and the DJ's playing. That's 2019. We were in there, and honey, did we miss the drop? I'm like, no, it's only 10 o'clock. We got a way to go before that thing drops.
Yep.
She's like, going.
Yeah.
That was a fun time, and we still talk about it.
We do.
It's certain events in your life, they make an impression
Yeah.
100%.
that will live with you, and kind of
yeah.
what you're doing, Paul, you're making an impression on certain business people, and that will live with them and maybe resonate with them to help the next person.
Yeah.
Or spread the word, hey, Schiffbauer Consulting Group, help me get where I am. You need to check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not my intent in doing it, but to me, that's the community aspect where if someone takes it along. I
Yeah.
have a good client of mine, Jarrett Fetrell. He was a year ago. He
Yeah.
was super nervous going to client events.
Oh yeah.
Took him out to a buy local event and some other events. And then he told me, he's like, hey, I'm going on my own. Then he's introducing other people,
Yeah.
breaking them in, networking events. I'm like, got dinner with Jerry recently. I'm like, I told him, the fact that I saw you doing this for other people, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This-
Networking's key.
This
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
my event. This wasn't my intent for you to take you out for you to take other people out. But the fact that you're doing it from a goodwill standpoint,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what really builds community.
Right. And you and I have talked. The reason I can't make them is by the time I'm done my shop,
Right.
you're done.
We're done. Right. Yeah. Our
So-
events are over by the time you're
So
closing.
you
Yeah.
do
Almost.
just explain a little bit about these events.
Sure. So we do network mixers once a month at someone's business, whether it be a copy printer type business, could be a restaurant bar, could be a place like my business. I have Frank's Marble and Granite. Could be at an auto mechanic shop like yours. Could be anywhere at any local business that wants to hold one at their business. We do a network mixer for 2 hours, 5:30 to 7:30 once a month. And we hang out, and what we find, I think this is true everywhere. I say it in York, but I think this is true anywhere. You want to work with someone that you know,
Exactly.
and at these network mixers, they're very low key, they're very low stress, they're very welcoming, where you can get to know people
Build trust.
and build trust. As you build trust, you build business.
You know,
Correct.
I got it. Why don't you have one, and Dave and I will wear a pinstripe suit, and we'll be the waiters.
He's gonna.
All right, Bob Newhart.
Got a new nickname.
when I go to training events, because in my industry, if we're not training or going to events to train,
Yeah.
we're going to be so far behind the times. I've often said I've done a ton of training. I don't know everything, and I still go. But the most important thing I've ever gotten out of going to events like that or belonging to an association of any sort is the networking.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Networking is key
It is.
to any industry, any person. The
Yep.
bigger your network, the more successful you will be.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I believe that, and I'll believe that till I die.
Oh yeah.
And I will preach that till I die.
But I also think, and what you said about going to like industry events, that's important too. Because I know, like,
It is.
like me, like with my business, sometimes you get burned out sometimes.
Yeah.
But what I find is if I go I don't go every year to an industry event, but I go like every 3. I tell you what, I come back ready to go. Like
Fires you up.
Fires you up.
Fires up.
Yep.
You learn something new.
You learn something. Whatever it costs to go to that industry event, you learn one little nugget, and that
worth
little nugget is worth the entire trip.
Price admission.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I tell people, especially some of my new staff, that if I take them to these training events, like we're going to go to one here in September down in North Carolina. It's a 3-day event. You can't take everything you sit and learn in that class. Take away a piece or two here.
Nugget.
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 Yep. Bring it back and implement it. And once that is up and running, implement another one.
Yep.
Right.
Don't try. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
I went to one of my first ones and I got revved up. I'm coming back. I want to make all these changes. And
yeah.
guess what? Didn't work. And then you give up.
Yeah.
So no matter what industry you're in, either in networking, training, or whatever, implement small portions
Yeah.
until it succeeds, and then implement the second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
That's how you grow.
Yep.
I think even in your personal life, it's the same way.
Absolutely.
It's got to
Yeah.
be incremental. It cannot be
Yeah.
something dramatic overnight.
Yeah.
It will never work out that way.
I've told my wife that. Don't try to change me. It'll never
How long have
work.
you been married?
He has to think about it.
8 years.
Yeah.
I've been with her 19 and a half.
Oh yeah, you're not going to change that overnight.
No. I think she realized that.
How about you, Dave? I know I got many years.
Many years. I've been with my wife probably, oh my God, 50 years.
We're going to edit that out, right? so nobody gets to figure out the age.
Yeah. No, you don't have to figure out the age. I'm
93.
I'm 47. Anyway, I'll tell you right. I'll just tell you right.
This
right
was
now.
a predetermined relationship. Then what you're saying? We're going back to bloody old England.
bloody old England.
Bloody old England.
That's actually pretty close to where she's from. She has a lot of English blood in her. So anyway, yeah, a lot of the network mixers that I've ever gone to have been with where you'd have to talk about the routers and how they would mix the networks from one IP address
This
to
guy.
another IP address. And that was the network mixers that I used to go to. So I'm sorry.
You ready to try this?
One in every crowd.
Yeah. So we do got one beer in here. This one is from Helltown. Tell us a little bit about it, Kev.
So it is Helltown. It's Dawn, the Darkest Dawn Stout, a blended barrel-aged Russian imperial stout. And this is pretty cool. I don't know too much here. It says brewed and bottled by Helltown Brewing, bottle number 1350 of 1986, commemorating the year New Dimension Comics was founded.
So when I was out in Helltown in Pittsburgh area, went to Helltown Brewery. They were brewed for Comic-Con, I guess that was out there. So this is
Yeah.
a well-aged beer. I've had it for over a
good.
year and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know how long
Good.
it was on their shelf.
Yeah.
She actually gave me these bottles. There's
Oh.
3 of them.
Nice.
So this is the Helltown, and whatever this one's called, it's something Dawn, right?
Yeah, Dawn.
Darkest Dawn Stout.
I would dream of the girl in the bottle tonight.
Yes.
Tastes great, less filling.
Oh wow! And I did
This
not
is-
cool this. I
Right.
just left this room temperature.
that's
because
actually-
That's impressive.
well
Holy
with,
shit.
with
With stout.
barrel aged stouts and stuff.
Correct.
The flavors come out when it's room temperature.
Yeah,
you don't want it
this
cold.
is great.
That's good
Wow,
shit.
there's many flavors there.
There's a lot of flavors in this.
I've been waiting for a while to do this, and I was like, you know what? You guys aren't brewers, and we're not talking about specific stuff. And I told these guys last night, which one are we breaking open? So I let you pick it.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
This is very good.
This is really good.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a flavor on here either to compare what we think we taste.
I get a lot. I'm getting some chocolate note
Yeah.
out of it,
Yeah,
some
definitely.
roasty
Almost a little-
flavors
Yeah,
out
roasted.
of it.
Yeah,
You get the
definitely
roasted.
roasted.
But it's smooth.
Like, yeah, with a little roasted coffee flavor
Yeah.
almost there.
But it's
Yeah.
smooth.
Smooth. Yep.
That is a smooth.
Not
drinking
bitter
beer.
at all.
No, that is really smooth.
And this is what started us down our path of this podcasting thing.
Was it stouts?
Was it? It was the
Barrel aged.
The barrel
The
aged.
barrel
The
aged.
barrel age is what connected us
Yeah.
because we enjoyed them.
Dave, do you taste the pistachio in here?
Not quite.
No.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I'm
Had-
getting,
had-
Inside joke.
I
Inside
get
joke.
cranberries.
my
How's that?
first barrel age, I was actually in Ohio. Is when I had my first barrel age, and that was pretty good. I was up there for
This is damn good.
not a good reason, but you know, it was a somber reason for family. But I mean, it was just that we had ended up.
Damn, that's good shit.
We had ended up at a nightclub,
I can carry
and
up tonight. I can
we had a
walk
couple of barrel aged, and I said, "Damn."
I saw the bottle. I hope she comes in my dreams tonight.
Yeah.
I'll taste it towards you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
We'll,
you so
we'll take a
much.
picture and text it to you.
It doesn't say. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any of the notes that should be in it on the bottle, huh?
No.
Interesting.
Unless I'm in.
Yeah.
It's
You got the
probably
wrong-
describing the Comic-Con that it was
Yeah.
for.
Right. Right.
Yeah, this is good.
It's
This is really good.
Great beer.
And
So
you could tell a beer drinker, you know, like
There's half a
a
bottle, so we can all get a little taste more if we want it.
yeah. You could tell someone who drinks, you know, this type of beer from when you tell them that, oh, I have a couple of bottles that you know sitting on my shelf over there. It's been there for 4 to 5 years, and I say, oh, that's got to be bad by now, you know. No.
Although Jared told me the ones that I brought down, those barrels, the bottles that I got from him.
From Collusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
He said when we recorded with him, he
Oh,
said, they
yeah.
don't age well. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, really? That's good to know because I have a bunch.
He told us some of them don't age
They
well.
don't age well.
No.
Because I have a bunch from him, and then I have a bunch from Gift Horse.
I think
When they
we
sold
just
theirs last
cracked.
year.
I think we just cracked the last one not long ago from
Now-
Gift Horse.
Yeah. I noticed a difference there.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to say it was bad. It was just
Yeah.
a different.
Yep.
on the palate.
Yeah, but Collusion said when we recorded with
Yeah,
him
he
that
did.
he's like, his betrayal line says, dude, they don't age well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good to know. I've had these for quite some time.
Yeah. I still
we
have
had
my.
a
I still
Patrol.
have them. I have 2 bottles. I think I have.
Do you have the cookies
Yeah.
and cream?
Yeah.
I would.
I think I do.
I would probably crack and see how
I
that
think-
one tastes.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
point,
I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Oh, you bringing them the brew kids?
I might as well, right? I might as
bring
well.
them out.
What's the one from Liquid Hero? That one as well.
Oh, the shirtless dictator.
Yeah, the shirtless
There you go.
dictator stuff.
Yeah.
Hell of a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Christian told us how they came up with that. It had to do with, was it Putin? Wasn't it?
Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was Putin.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, was he on a horse at the time? And he was.
I don't know, but we try and go in there when he's releasing a barrel age. We try
Yeah.
and go in and get some of his barrel age. His maple bourbon barrel age is fucking phenomenal.
How about his new location?
Dude, I am praying that they will survive.
I think that
I think they will.
I think we finally have the right person
In that
corner spot.
Yep.
Yep.
And then right up the street, right down the street from Gift Tours, we got a new one.
Yep.
George Street.
George Street Brewing.
I talked to him.
See, I would have swore that Jason had something in there, and
No.
every
No.
every Saturday after our run, we go down Central Family for breakfast, and then we walk to
Yeah.
the downtown area. And I kept saying, I said, I wonder if Jason has something because it initially the signs
Well,
a
'cause
little bit more, a little bit more.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we are efforting him to come on the show and tell us about George Street Brewing. Other than that, we've recorded with pretty much everybody in York
Yep.
except Genova's.
I'll work on that for you.
Jesse wants to.
Yep.
Jesse-
Anthony.
Anthony, no.
Huh.
Just showing this video.
I think they're going to be there at Brew Kids. So
Yeah.
we're going to work on. I'm going to work on him.
No, you,
Maybe we can see if I can get on with Jesse.
We could do that.
you and Jesse.
I'm pretty sure Jesse would do it.
Oh, yeah, Jesse's-
Anthony is introverted,
Correct.
so he doesn't like the spotlight.
No, but Anthony's a great guy. I love
Oh,
Anthony.
he's an awesome guy.
Awesome guy. Yep.
And they got a phenomenal story.
Yeah. Oh,
because
it's an
now,
amazing story.
now they're distributing
Yep.
Yeah.
their Market Street Lager.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get both of them or at least one of them on and talk
Yeah.
about that. The other one is Mexitali.
He just joined by local recently.
Okay,
Yeah.
because the last time I talked to him, we were trying to get a date, but then his brewers left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they came. Now he came back.
I think he's solidified. So I'd like.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got the most of everybody else in York we've recorded with. We may
Try and help you there.
We may start recirculating some old guests just because it's been a while.
Yeah.
yeah, refresh it.
Things
What's going on
change.
new?
Things change. You're right.
Things change.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Are they,
5 seasons in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
are they aware of the beers that we had on tap at some locations?
Oh, I don't know if you guys have listened to it, but it was cool. We had Sign of the Horse brew one of my beers from last year. Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Put it on tap
beer.
in their
Yeah.
in their tap room. So, and
They're opening a new location in York. Guess you know about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stony Run.
Stony Run. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's Stony Run closed
good
down
fit for
currently till they get everything
Yeah.
back up in
Correct.
place.
I think they're going to remodel a little bit. And
Yeah.
I don't think get anything crazy. I think just kind of
I knew about it a long time ago.
same.
Is that the same Stony Run?
I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
say anything.
Yeah.
You told me.
No, I didn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, you told me no. I found a note.
Before that, there was somebody else in the works.
Yes.
It fell through.
That fell through. Yeah.
Tim had mentioned to me a while back before he closed and shop completely on Bailey's,
Yeah.
and he said that this was happening, but nothing is firm yet until.
Yeah.
I actually thought it happened a long time ago, but I guess it.
Right. That's what
I
I
guess
thought,
all
too.
the paperwork
It takes
and stuff
time.
Didn't take. Everything
Yeah.
came out all at one time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it takes time for that kind of stuff to happen. Unfortunately, I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know, if you sell your business, you're going to find it takes like a year or two.
Why you offered to buy it?
Nope.
Because I couldn't buy it.
I'm trying to, you want to buy mine? That's what we all strive for, right?
I am starting my 10-year succession plan.
There you go.
I got 2 employees that are interested.
Oh, nice.
I went to the attorney. We're starting paperwork, and I'm putting a date on the table with a contract. And it's not just going to be okay. Hey, this is the date Brett leaves.
Yep.
But Brett is going to make a plan to make sure you succeed.
Yep.
When that day is ready. The business is already bought for. now you
Right.
guys can take it and you're ready to go.
Right.
There's no learning curve.
There's no right.
Brett walks away. Brett will be there to help.
Yep.
10 years.
That's awesome. And that's great that you have 2 employees that are interested in doing that.
Yeah, because none of my kids, it's going to stop with a second generation,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Yep.
You going to travel with me then? I need
Fuck,
it.
I'm going to travel.
With me to different restaurants every night.
That's what I do.
And breweries.
You know what? You know what? Maybe we will all travel. We'll go around the country and take this show on the road.
There you go.
I go North America. I mean, I have no limitations.
We
I'll
got
show up as a guest.
Get some national sponsorships or something, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know any sponsors? Because this is a not-for-profit business at this point. This is a fucking hobby that is not paying dividends.
Yeah.
Unlike Schiffbauer over Rocks, we got at least he's got a sponsor somewhat.
One.
One. Well, that's all.
More
you
than
need
we
right
got.
now. That's one more than we have right now.
All right. So anything going on this fall with Buy Local or even you with?
Oh, man. So buy local, like I said, every month we have a network mixer. And we could do a holiday mixer, which will benefit a local nonprofit. So besides Ales for Tails, which obviously is for rescues, we do that in August. The holiday mixer we do, it's more human related, nonprofit, let's say. So we'll do that and raise money, hopefully quite a few $1,000s to give to a local nonprofit. That's what we try to give back. Buy Local is about supporting local, but it's also about giving back.
Right.
So we try to do that at, roughly 3 to 4 times a year. We have something to raise money to give back.
And where if they are in the York area and they want to become Buy Local, where can they find Buy Local?
Yep. So you go to buylocalyork.com and also on Facebook, just look up Buy Local Today, PA. And we're all over Facebook, Instagram.
You're all over Facebook.
Yeah. Yep. Or look me up on Facebook,
Look
You can
for
follow me.
the
Prez. Yep. Everybody calls me the Prez.
The Prez.
Yep.
Is
Pretty
that
impressive what you do.
Thank
it
you.
is.
Thank you.
It is.
I enjoy doing it. It's an escape for me. It's an escape from my daily job, my business.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a little escape, and that gives it to me. Lets me kind of reset, and then
I don't know how you do it. I come home, I'm exhausted. And I'm like, I used to be that night out too, but now it's like, oh shit, 9:30. You ready to go back, hon? Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, I'm in bed around.
We'll watch TV a little bit. But
Yeah. No, I'm in bed around 1 o'clock or so,
It used to be us. Yeah.
and I get up at 5 and go to work.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah,
Some of this might help to keep you going.
yeah, right.
Yep.
What about you, Paul?
No, not even setting in it. Just awesome to be here. If you need any help with marketing,
Yeah.
hit us up. If not, we're willing to get involved with different community aspects.
You also do some events. I just saw something you were going to do something at the Rev Stadium.
Yes, sir. And in a month, it's a pop-up necker event. We're going to do everything like that every 3 months.
So
Extension of my business. That's it. Make it fun, networking. A little different Buy Local.
Yeah.
now, do you expand outside of your work if somebody's looking to
We
get
do.
in? All right. So if somebody's looking for either some consulting on a
Lancaster,
direction.
Harrisburg, Baltimore County.
Look up that.
Yep.
And if you're looking to be a guest on a podcast, business related,
It's up.
hit Paul Schiffbauer up.
Yeah.
We have some fun. Exactly.
Yeah, check him out.
It's fun. Yeah.
Gentlemen, this has been a great night. I'm
It has
glad
been really good.
I appreciate you guys coming and doing this kind of last minute.
On a Wednesday night. I
Yeah,
love it.
love it.
We're sitting here in our basement. We're drinking in the middle of the week. Hope
I don't mind
But I'm home this week. That's all that cares.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you're finally on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
We
I know.
did start something.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Kevin?
Yeah,
Like,
I-
where's Waldo?
Where the fuck is Kevin?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been around this great big
It's like Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere.
Everywhere.
Although you are going to Germany soon.
I am.
Oh.
So this Sunday I'm
We're all
heading to
jealous.
Washington and
Yeah. Go ahead, rub
British
it in.
Columbia.
Rub it in.
I'm going to bring my wife. And then it's going to get a little ugly because I'm going to Germany on the 16th to the 22nd.
Oktoberfest.
Coming back for one day, heading to Arizona for the other week. somewhere in there, my daughter's going to have a baby,
Oh, congrats.
and I better be home for that baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So either I'm getting a very quick jet home from Germany,
Yeah.
or yeah. So it's going to be fun.
But you do have the potential to be at Oktoberfest in Germany,
I
in
do.
Munich.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
You rubbed it in the last time.
Yeah, he rubbed it in really bad the last time.
He's being kind tonight. That's kind of odd.
yeah.
Actually, as we were talking here, I was quickly texting a friend that's going with me, and we're going to hit some places up after hours. So it's going to
Cool.
be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it up. You can send us pictures. What can I say?
Oh, no.
No pictures?
No.
We need the beer girls holding the steins.
Right.
Oh,
We need lots of pictures.
I can do that.
yes.
Yeah.
I can
All,
do
over, all over the CPP page.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Shine. Pictures pretty.
Hey,
On-
there's
yeah,
a
on
fundraiser.
location.
There's
On
a
location.
fundraiser we could maybe get Jason talked into. Steinhold. Everybody
yeah.
does it. A Steinhold.
Everybody does it.
A contest.
It's very true.
I don't know how York would look like. No offense to the local York women.
Oh no, they've done
We'll
it.
see.
They've done the Stein. Who did it last? I want to say someone did it recently, within the past year or two
Well, I think
here in York.
Windridge had one at one time.
You're right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. I think
That would be cool.
Maybe it was Mudhook.
was it Mudhook?
Maybe Mudhook did it. I'm not sure.
I almost think it was. I'm almost thinking Mudhook did it.
I think Jeff did it.
We ought to do a live version. Maybe that's the thing.
But
we need.
if somebody does it locally,
A little
we'd love to.
Steiner
Yeah.
I'd love to be
competition.
there to see
Yeah.
that. I'd love to be there.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
I'd
I'm
love
out.
to be there.
I know
Take
I can't do it.
pictures.
So
No, but we need the women to do it and come in them German outfits that are
Yeah.
pushing that.
Steiner, yeah.
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 I'd love to come down and take pictures. I'd bring my wide angle lens.
Bring the Zoom. Get the Dave, any last comments?
No, this has been pretty cool. I always enjoy being around Carmine. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I must have got bumped in the head when but I enjoy being around Carmine, especially down for the L's and Tails when we were down there, and it's just a fun time. And this is my first time with Paul, but it won't be the last. That you're great. It was
appreciate
fun.
it. I'm decent.
It was fun. Yeah, I tell you that.
Kevin.
Thank you. Always a good time. Glad to be here for once. And hopefully we can do many more. I don't know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Lost the
I'm
words
opposed
tonight.
to it.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to come sit down with the CPP. And if you're out there, make sure you check out Buy Local Coalition with Carmine Pantano, the Prez. Anything he's got going on, check out Paul Schiffbauer with Schiffbauer Consulting Group and Schiffbauer Over Rocks. Make
Yes.
sure you give a subscribe to that. If it's a great listen.
It's a decent listen.
It's a great listen.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, what's better? You're sitting around talking to people, drinking, smoking a cigar,
Drinking
drinking
cigars,
whatever.
smoking beer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like coming here. Hey, we don't have the cigars, but we're drinking.
Yeah.
Same vibe.
And it's awesome. So, gentlemen, I appreciate it again. Look forward to more opportunities to be around you guys. And if you're out there, so right now we're drinking a David E. from Hidden Stills, Double Oak. So if you're out there, let's raise a glass for Carmine Pantano with Buy Local Coalition. Paul Schiffbauer with Schiffbauer Consulting Group and
Amen.
Schiffbauer Over Rocks.
And Kevin Gladys
Yep,
from
Kevin and
Central
Dave
Peak.
and myself and the CPP. And let's,
you, boys.
let's all be bonded by
by
beer.
Beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.